Okay, today we're going to cover working with the render farm. And so I'm just going to quickly set up a job as though I would be setting it up for the render farm. So there are a few things you need to pay attention to. Um, when we're creating a job, I'll just do a quick animation here. Okay, we'll have a 90 frame animation with a sphere moving. Wonderful. Okay, this is beautiful. This is what I want to render. Got my lights set up, I've got my camera set up, everything's exactly the way I want it to be. And I know exactly how many frames I'm going to render and what I'm going to call my file, what textures I'm using, and all of that. Okay, so the important things to note are in your render settings, you want to make sure that under output, you want to make sure you've got your size correct, right? So I've got my 1080p resolution set up right now, and notice down here I want to render all frames, so I can render all 90 frames for 3 seconds of animation. So we're good right here. Now under save, and this is going to be the case if you're doing multipass rendering or not, you want to make sure that you only type in this box the name of the file. Do not click on this and navigate to a folder. It will not work if you do that. So you want to be very, very sure that you only put the file name in here. So I'm just going to put the box render.tiff information in there. Check everything that I know that it's exactly the way I want it to be set. Double check that I'm doing all of the frames. And now I'm going to save this file. And where you save the file doesn't really make any difference. For right now, I'm just going to save it on the desktop and call it box render. Okay, so I'm only saving the Cinema 4D file. I've made sure that I've got my box render TIFF without any directory information, just the file name. Okay, so now we are actually done with Cinema 4D. And I'm going to go ahead and close this out and switch over to a web browser. So right now I'm using the Google web browser. I've navigated to our IP address for the render farm, and you'll get that information from your instructor. So I'm going to go ahead and enter into the render farm, and it's asking me for my username. So I'll enter in my username and password. And log in. So you can see right now in here I've got no jobs going. So I'm going to go ahead and create a job for my project. And so that I know which one's mine when working with all of the different students and people who are going to use this render farm, make sure you label something with your name first. Most likely your last name. So I will label this Vermilia box render and put the date in there as well, 10/3/10, and click on create new job. Okay, so now I've got Vermilia box render 10/3/10 as my job name, and notice I have the option to start, clear, or delete the job. And notice that this is also a link, so I can click on this link and I get to the information about my specific job. So you can see I have no project files uploaded right now, and I have no results. And notice when I do get a project file, it's going to give me information about the job. So you'll always want to double check these. So I'm going to go ahead and upload, choose my file. It's on my desktop. It was called box render C4D. Open that up. So I notice that that's opened. And incidentally, if you were using textures in your files, you would also upload them at this location. You're going to have your textures and your Cinema 4D file in the same level. So I'm going to click Upload, And now you'll notice I've got box render in here, and under range it's telling me that I'm going to render 90 frames. And there we are. So we're ready to go. I'm going to go ahead back to jobs. And so in order to get these renders started, all you really have to do is click Start. And you'll notice now it is in the queue. It's in the render queue, ready to be rendered. And as soon as clients become available, which we will have that set up to come on at night, we'll be using the lab machines at night. So what you would do is start your job from a University of Colorado Denver campus lab computer. Has to be a campus lab computer. So you'll upload your job from a lab computer. You will start your job, and then hopefully you'll come back the next day and everything will be ready to go, depending on how many renders are in the queue. So that is how you begin, upload and start a render project for the render farm.